What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and in this video I'd like to talk to you about the news and how it relates to the crypto markets. Okay, there are a couple of things, a couple of interesting articles that we'll go over in this video, but the main thought here is that the news is not meant to help you. If you're reading the news thinking you're going to get some kind of advantage in the markets, you are misled. The news is not there to inform you. It's there to engage you. You are meant to engage with the news. That's how they make their money. That's how they get their ratings. That's how they get their payments and monetizations and all that stuff, okay? The purpose of the news, again, I can't say it enough, is not to help you. It's to engage you, okay? So no matter what you see over the coming days and weeks, now that crypto's at a low point, when all the weeks before there was nothing but bullish news coming out, right? At the relative highs, there was nothing but bullish news. Now that we're at the lows, don't be surprised or shocked if we get negative news to correlate with this, right? People think, especially novices, people who are new in the markets, they think, and logically it kind of makes sense to think this way, but after some experience you'll think differently. They think that, oh, crypto went up or down, there has to be a reason for it. What's the reason? Why did it pump today? Why did it dump today, right? And then you get a news article in relation to that. The reality is there's good things and bad things happening every single day in crypto. Significant and insignificant things happening every single day in crypto. And these are just justifications for the price to move the way it does. The reality of why the price is moving down is not because of this news article or that news article. It's because there are over-leveraged positions in the market, people going long, people going short, and we need to flush those out. We need to flush those out before we make any kind of significant moves. While it's not necessary, typically that's what happens. Typically we do get a nice drop like we're seeing now before we get a nice pump. So again, the thought here being, and I'm trying to really drive it home here, is that the news is not there to help you. If you're reading any negative news articles between now and let's say the first week of October, I wouldn't be surprised if the news got really negative between now and then. If we heard some negative news stuff, I mean, literally we've got right, Russia saying that NATO has declared war on the U.S. and it's not Russia that's saying this. It's just one of the higher ups in the Kremlin that's saying this. Putin himself hasn't said this, and there's no confirmation of war. I don't think that's what's happening. I very much don't believe that that's what's happening. Nobody wants that. But just because nobody wants it doesn't mean it won't happen. And we can debate that all we want, right? I'm not trying to get into the political thing. I'm just saying don't be surprised if negative news surrounds these negative circumstances with the price. Really, we're at the highest lows that we've been at this whole bull cycle. We've actually got higher levels of fear, and I want to go over that real quick, actually. Let's look at this here real quick. Not this article, but this right here. The Crypto Fear and Greed Index is at a 32. We're at the lowest levels of fear, or the highest levels of fear, I suppose. The lowest levels in this index that we've been at since all the way back in April. April was when we found our low. You guys, we have the highest. You look at Bitcoin's price. We look at this on a weekly time frame. We're at the highest lows that we've ever seen. We're at prior all-time highs for support. We're at key areas of support, okay? And people are panicking. They're freaking the hell out, right? Lowest levels we've seen since April. And April, just to refresh people's minds, that was back here. That was back here. We have the lowest levels that we've seen since this time frame. That was at our low point, right? High fear, high uncertainty equals time to buy, not time to sell. So don't let articles like this affect your psyche, right? They're meant to engage you. Oh, the markets are dumping. You need a reason to believe that things are bad. Here you go, right? It's not here to help you. It's, okay, the market's red. People are going to look for reasons why. Let's give them a reason why. Let's let them feed into it so they click on my article and they read it. The Economic Times. Crypto market turmoil, or in turmoil today as U.S. government shutdown fears. By the way, we have U.S. government shutdowns happen like every single year, or threats of them happening every single year. It's what happens whenever the left and the right, they're trying to, it's a pissing match between people getting their way for whatever, for funding and stuff like that, and it's all about raising the debt ceiling and stuff like that. Like it's just all BS that resolves itself. Let the government shut down. Let them shut down for a frickin' month. They won't. They won't shut down because all these greedy politicians need money. They get paid. They get paid through our tax dollars, and I mean, well, some of them get paid through insider trading. You know, maybe they don't need our money, but they all want their nice little cush salary, right? And they're not going to take that pay cut for too long. The government, let them shut down. They're not going to shut down for a long time. They probably don't even shut down, right? It's just a threat. It's just some BS. And this, again, you read stories like this and you think, oh my God, the government might shut down. Man, this could really put a halt in things. Like, no, it's not going to put a halt in things at all. Who cares? Crypto does not need government to operate. It was here before government. This is the first cycle that government's gotten involved in a positive way at least, right? They've gotten involved in negative ways every other cycle. This is the first time that it's gotten involved positively. Even when they're involved negatively, the crypto markets still bloom. So this negative stuff doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter, okay? Fed rate uncertainty hit Bitcoin. Yeah, no. Fed rate, that's another thing. That's actually some BS here. Crypto's big anchor buckles as corporate. Oh, no, that's not it. I'm sorry. This one. Right here, right? Yeah. I had them in the wrong order. Bitcoin falls below 111K. Crypto stocks plunge as GDP revision dampens rate cut odds. It's funny they say this because in this section, they actually say something that literally aligns with what Jerome Powell said in his last meeting in his economic outlook event, where he talked about why he might cut rates, why the Fed might cut rates more. And what they say here is that, where is it? Alongside of the GDP growing, which the economy is doing good, I suppose, right? That's good. Initial jobless claims tumbled from 232,000 to 218,000. So, yeah. So from there to there, which is below expectations of $235,000, putting into question the idea of the employment market is weakening. Yeah, if the employment market is weakening, that's the whole reason why the Fed is taking action. That's the whole reason why Jerome Powell justified cutting rates, right? They want to keep inflation rates low, so they don't want to cut interest rates, okay? But now that the jobs market's weakening, they're saying, well, this is going to take longer. Bringing down the rate of inflation to their 2% goal is going to take longer. It's probably going to be a year or more out, right? Years in the making out. But this issue, which is forming right now, is something that they can fix more if they cut some, that they can better be prepared for and fix more in the immediate term if they cut rates now, which is the jobs market declining. Why can't I talk? Right? When the jobs market's in jeopardy and they're trying to bring inflation rates down in the Fed, they have to choose which one that they want to take care of first. And it's very clear. I think Jerome Powell made it very clear that they're more concerned with the jobs market right now than they are with inflation. Inflation is the ultimate goal for them, but they're aware that it's going to take some time. They are concerned with inflation, but he even said that they're not that concerned with it, that they anticipate that there will be a one-time price increase as far as things go from these tariffs that have taken place over the past year in 2025, but it's not going to be a sustained long-term growth in inflation. It's just like a one-time thing, he said. So that doesn't sound like something he's concerned with. In this article, where they literally headline that GDP revision dampens rate cut odds, it's BS. Because then they throw something out here that's going to up the chance that they cut rates. You hear what I'm saying? They're gonna cut rates. So don't believe the media. If you're reading the media, you're reading that crypto, or that the U.S. government's going to shut down. $1.65 billion in liquidations happened, and the Fed rate cuts are uncertain now. We're probably not going to get them by the end of the year. If you're reading this whole cocktail of bearishness, you're going to get bearishly charged emotionally. You're going to think, oh my God, crypto's a scam. I need to get out now. When we're at some of the lowest prices that we're going to see between now and the end of the year. We're at the highest lows out of this whole bull market. This is the highest low we've had. And our fear and greed is at the same levels it was at back at the last low, at the last significant low, which was April of this year. Crypto's big anchor buckles as corporate treasury buying plunges to 76%. Plunges 76%. Whatever. People aren't certain. Even CEOs, even corporations, and they're facing some scrutiny now from a regulatory standpoint too. It's not crypto's big anchor. You guys, we didn't have crypto or corporate treasury buying at all in any other bull market. And did you notice that every other bull market at least had an alt season? Was at least this is probably good. Get rid of these crypto treasury companies. Let them buy actual crypto, and people, instead of buying the stock of these people who are buying crypto, let them buy crypto too. Like, who cares? We don't need it. It's just more distractions from the market. This is not the reason why the market's coming down. Who cares? It's not a big deal. Bitcoin was supposed to have entered a new era. It has entered a new era. What do you mean? It has. Wall Street's embrace the digital asset treasuries designed to embed the cryptocurrency in corporate balance sheets, promise stability and growth. Now the institutional anchor is buckling, exposing similar. Yeah, it's not buckling. It's not buckling at all. Some of the most successful companies in the world are actually crypto-related companies. No, not at all. No. It's just BS. Again, the underlying message of this video is that don't read you can read it. You can be aware of it. We're reading it now. But don't treat it like it's some kind of ground-shattering the sky is falling situation, right? I thought this was interesting, talking about some good news. What just happened? I think I froze. Let's see here. Yeah, we froze. Did I freeze? Can you guys still see me? Yes, you can see me. Okay, cool. Well, this I thought was some good news here. Kind of cool, right? Talking about institutional involvement or maybe government involvement at this point in a positive light. Ohio approves vendor to process crypto payments for state services. That's pretty cool. So there's a vendor in Ohio. What is their name? Let's see. Who makes Ohio the fourth state to authorize cryptocurrencies for fees? Following Colorado and Utah, Louisiana also passed a law earlier this year to adopt similar measures. Yeah, Colorado's pretty with the times whenever it comes to this. Government services after the State Board of Deposit unanimously approved its first vendor to process digital asset transactions. That's awesome. That's pretty awesome. What's the vendor's name? I don't know. But that's pretty cool. It's just another state, right? There's four, or it says five states. What? There's a reason why we now rank among the top 5 states in the nation to do business, right? Yeah, because you're adopting good business practices, right? Bringing in the adoption of crypto is a good thing, right? And even if it is just to pay fees, state fees, that means that the state clearly has some intrigue in acquiring crypto, right? If you're paying the state in crypto, they might put that in a reserve somewhere and then let that grow over time. Your fees now are not just paying for the roads, but they're paying for the roads with interest, and you're not paying interest. Nobody's paying the interest other than the crypto market's just pumping up those bags, I guess, over time. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Lawmakers push for Ohio strategic cryptocurrency reserve. I wonder what's going to help fund that. Probably the fees, right? Probably state fees. That's awesome. Yeah, cool. Good stuff. There is some good news out there, right? And it's not just Ohio. Ohio's not the biggest state. They don't have the highest GDP in the country, but there's I don't know. There's some interesting things about Ohio. I don't know. I don't want to get into it too much. We've actually thought about moving there, but we're probably not going to move there. Don't get excited, any people in Ohio. This is the thing that I think is kind of wacky, is that there was people who were held hostage for $8 million in crypto. I don't know if you guys read the story, but these two brothers, what are their names? Raymond Christian Garcia and Isaiah Angelo Garcia, 23 and 24 years old. These guys are geniuses, man. They decided to rob somebody of $8 million in cryptocurrency, the most trackable asset on the planet. Unless it was Monero, but how would they know it's Monero? I don't know what's going on here. So they're from Texas. Did they come out from Texas just to find this person in Minnesota? Like, did they just know something about this person? Right? That might be it. See, this is why I don't give away my location. Some people know, but this is why, right? Let's see. In total, the Garcias made off with $8 million. The victim's son managed to call 911 after one of the brothers briefly left the home, prompting a large law enforcement response. Deputies found the wife and son zip-tied. Raymond Garcia fleeing out the back door. He disassembled his rifle in a suitcase, whatever, cool. Yeah, I don't think anybody was hurt. I think everything is fine. And the thing is, if these guys had the crypto sent to them, I'm assuming anybody with $8 million or more in crypto, they've got to have some Bitcoin. So what are you doing there? What are you doing there, man? Like, you are not an educated individual if you are stealing from people in the crypto world, because they're going to find you. Even if this kid didn't call 911, the brothers got away, they let everybody go, whatever. Hopefully they let everybody go. Hopefully, hopefully it didn't turn into anything worse. Even if that happened, they'd be able to track you. Like, you're not any criminals out there. Just understand, if you're trying to steal cryptocurrency, unless you're going through certain means of like privacy coins and stuff like that, you're really stealing from one of the most transparent ways for people to track your spending and funding in the whole world. It's a terrible idea. Even if they got away with it, they wouldn't have gotten away with it. But I just thought that was wild. I'm sure a lot of people have read about this or heard about this by now. But all that to say, that was just a fun little detour. It's not really fun for the family. That's probably pretty actually traumatizing for the family. Not trying to say that that's fun. I'm just saying it's a little bit different. It's not anything that necessarily impacts the markets, but crazy things are happening, right? And on that note, keep your wealth to yourself. Don't let your friends know. Don't let your coworkers know. Don't be posting online about how right you were about this coin or that coin. It's not something to brag about. Keep your wealth to yourself, because I guarantee you that these two random dudes from Texas knew that these guys had crypto probably because of public boasting, bragging about their wealth, bragging about coins that they've made. I made $1 million this past month on this crypto. Who cares? You know who cares? People who are going to hate you for it. People who are going to want to come and take you and your family at gunpoint for it. Don't do that, right? It's not something that you should be about. Keep your wealth to yourself. Okay, keep your wealth to yourself. Unless you're at a point where you can be so flamboyant with it that you can afford security as well. But there's no need to put that out there. We're all going to gain a mass amount of wealth between now and the end of the cycle. The bull market is still very much alive, but you will not be a part of it if you read negative news articles and think that they're there to help you, that you're going to get some kind of advantage that the rest of us just don't have. That's not the case. Everybody has access to these articles. They're not there to give you some kind of secret sauce to your methods in investing. It's there to mess with you. It's literally there to mess with you, to engage you, and to probably allow you to make the wrong decisions. Make the right decisions, buy and hold. I'll see you on the next one. I hope you guys had a good time. Hit the like button, subscribe. And I'm just glad that everybody's okay with that family in Minnesota. That could have gone worse, and for as bad as it was, it sounds like it probably did not go as bad as it could have gone. So hopefully they get their money back. I'm assuming they will. Everything should be fine. Take care. Bye-bye. See you on the next one.